Every Wednesday from 2 p.m.
You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, so go downtown.
94.1 FM 3WBC is inviting you to join us
every Wednesday from 2 p.m.
for Downtown.
You're listening to 3WBC 94.1 FM Downtown Sports Update with our leading sports analyst, our own armchair couch reporter, Adam Holden. Hi, Adam. Over to you. Now, before I say, can you just say g'day first?
G'day?
Yeah.
What do you want me to say g'day for?
Oh, that's all right. Listen, now you're going to give us the sports update. I just want to run a few things by you. This is what we want to cover. In summary, the FIFA World Cup final, Spain and Argentina 2026. Halftime entertainment, how many were watching FIFA World Cup, and what is it with the losers and their display of aggression during and after the final whistle, your own personal opinion on Mr. Trump's involvement with FIFA and Winner's group photo. I know I've noticed you've got a photo of the World Cup, but it doesn't include Mr. Trump. Another question, why do we see varying levels of competency in international football players? And we'll have a discussion about that. And something close to your heart, and that is the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow 2026. My favourite subject, and not so much tonight, with a lot of our supporters, Carlton, Collingwood. And why was the AFL trophy was in Darwin, July 2026?
What's happening to your voice, Jerry?
I haven't got a glass of water with me. Tasmanian's Devil, they've got their first coach. Over to you, Adam.
Okay, just to clarify that, they're actually called, you can't call them a Tasmanian Devil. It can't be the same as the character from Warner Brothers.
Right,
It
yes.
has to be Tasmania Devils.
Devils, yes. Go on.
Yeah, so first of all, we're going to kick off with the World Cup final.
Yes.
But before that, let's just recap on how the teams got there.
Right.
So we had the semi-finals. We had Spain defeated France 2-0.
Yes.
And then we had Argentina defeating England 2-1. And of course, England got in the lead of that game and then got their goal, got in the lead. And then it was like Argentina then started playing aggressively. And that's when they got both their goals in the closing sort of stages of the game.
Yeah.
And then what they have is a silly third place, playoff for third place, which was played on Sunday morning between England and France. Now, the players at halftime, England were leading 4-0, and you could see the French players walking up to their change rooms laughing. So the game is just a waste of time. None of the players want to play in it, but for some reason, probably to do with money, of course.
Yes.
Which that's all FIFA really care about these days. England ended up winning 6-4.
Yes. Anyway, it was an exciting match to watch,
There was it?
Yes.
Because I know Harry Kane sat out. He didn't want to play. And there were a few others that kind of probably just played because they had to.
Right.
Then, of course, so on the Monday, we had the real thing. We had the final of the World Cup.
I'm over getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm over it. I'm dead. I'm not doing it again until another 4 years.
Well, you'll have to do it during the Commonwealth Games, Jerry, because it's from Glasgow.
Right.
So the final was on Monday from New York City, and we had Spain against Argentina. So this was a very, Argentina, the only way they thought they could win was to make it a really physical, negative game. And they were hoping to go 0-all after 120 minutes and go into a penalty shootout. That kind of seemed the only way they could play. Lionel Messi looked like he was exhausted, and he couldn't really get up to his best again, and that's probably because didn't they play the semi-final on Thursday or Wednesday? And now they've turned around and played this game on the Monday morning. So there really wasn't a lot of rest time for Argentina, but still, Argentina's attitude during the game, they were fouling, they were playing really negative.
They were
And
really
then,
they were vicious and
yeah, so it went to 0-all, and it went
aggressive.
into an extra 15 minutes each way, so an extra
Yep.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
And Spain, I think, I can't remember exactly, but it was pretty much sort of 10 minutes to go in the game, maybe. Spain actually got a really good goal where one of their players headed the ball backwards
Yep.
so that someone could get a clear shot at goal. And he put it in. And then we were pretty happy that Argentina then didn't level it up and
Yeah.
Spain got the victory.
Yeah.
Um, but then we had the really poor scenes after the game, which probably tried to hide on the TV coverage,
I
was
turned it as soon as the game was over, Adam. Soon as the last and the and Spain won, I just turned it off. That was it. I wasn't gonna watch whatever. That was it.
okay. Well, you didn't. I saw a bit of the after game because I was waiting to see if Trump would, kind of spoil the trophy presentation. But so as soon as the game finished, the players were still on the field,
Yeah.
and the Argentine players were coming over and wanted to get, physical with the Spanish players, and there was a lot of pushing and shoving, and there was
Yeah.
there for a while. It could have got a bit nasty, but they
Yeah.
managed to separate anyone. But it
Yes.
just showed the poor sportsmanship with which Argentina are kind of renowned for. I was
Right.
watching a UK show about the World Cup last night, and the English commentators referred to Argentina as using the dark arts to try
Mm.
and win game, meaning physical,
Yeah.
fouling, whatever they can get away with during the game so that they can win.
Uh,
But this
just
time, Spain got the better of them.
I have to say, um, just watching Spain, they had 60-70% possession of the ball, and the passing was accurate, so accurate that Argentina had no chance of getting a hold of the ball at all. So, um, and then you would like coming up to 15 minutes, I would say, well, they got the ball. Surely they can find opportunities to strike, but they did it at the right time. But anyway, look,
Yeah.
great game to watch.
Well, when you look back over the tournaments, Spain were the best team. They only allowed one goal through the
You
entire
didn't
tournament.
mention that at the beginning. You were like Netherlands and whatever, you know.
Yeah, well, now the thing is, I'd still go for Netherlands at the next World Cup, but then
Right.
this Spanish team,
Yeah.
uh, they're so young. They
Yeah.
got a couple of great young players that are still teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of their players won the best young player of the tournament. And they and then we kind of look at it and go, well, why is it that Spain have these great players who are like 19 years old compared to like Australia and the US? Why can't they develop these players at that age as well in
Mm.
these countries?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Why is it with the question was that the level, um, why do we see a varying levels of competency in international football players? And we've had this discussion on basketball because you have pointed out over the years why yeah that's the case in America.
Yeah, well, in America, of course, with basketball and gridiron, the players go to universities, get
Yep.
scholarships.
Yep.
They also, it's big through high school as well.
Yep.
Um, and so they develop that way. But soccer in the US is probably considered, in a way, like a minor sport.
Right.
You've got your NFL, your baseball, your basketball, and
Yep.
then the soccer probably falls behind all those,
Yep.
or
Yep.
football, as it should be called.
Yep.
Um, Whereas in Spain, soccer is probably, would I be wrong in saying that it's probably the number one sport well, it definitely is at the moment in
Yep.
Spain,
Yes.
the
Yes.
number one sport. Um, and in Australia, it's probably a similar situation. You've got AFL, cricket, um, and then you've got basketball in the NBL, um, and so and then you've got soccer with the A League. So it's about trying to produce these players to a level to boost the teams forward. So it's not about this year's Australian team. It wasn't about the performance. They probably got as maximum amount of they could out of the performance of the team of the players they had. But
Yes.
the thing is, it's about developing players who play at better leagues all through Europe. And how did we get them there? That's the question. So basketball, previously, back in the 80s, all the Australian national team was made up of NBL players pretty much. And
Mm.
then we had like a Luke Longley who was an NBA player, and Andrew Bogut. Whereas now you look at the Australian national team and they pretty much all play in the NBA in the United States. So there has to be a pathway for them. And at one stage, like I heard Mark Viduka talking about this on Cup Fever the other night,
Mm.
where he said that he really kicked on when he went to the Institute of Sport, and that was the
Yes.
pathway set up for him. And he felt that's really where he went forward and then went to Europe.
I
So,
I just think that sorry, in my notes from previous years, we've always covered how they've got colleges, the infrastructure that supports their growth. We don't have that in Australia. Most of
yeah.
our professional players, AFL and other codes, they've got their full-time job plus. And we
Yeah.
don't have that. And I think, well, I'll put it to you, do you think America will, with its infrastructure and support systems, they will have better soccer players because the facilities will be there?
Well, the United States has grown in
Mm,
regards to playing soccer,
mm.
um, and their and where the teams, what level the team has achieved at the World Cup over the years. Because
Yeah.
originally they probably wouldn't have qualified much like Australia.
Mm.
Um, but I also think there's going to be a ceiling as to which they can get to because the majority of the good sportsmen are always going to gravitate towards the NFL, basketball, and baseball because
Right,
that's where the big money is in the
right, yeah,
United States, and
yeah.
that's where the popularity is. So until they move past that,
Mm.
they're probably only going to get to a certain point.
Right, okay.
Whereas other countries where soccer is the number one sport,
Yeah,
you know, the sky's the limit sort of thing. Before we move off the World Cup, can we just say congratulations to SBS for their
absolutely.
brilliant, magnificent coverage
Absolutely.
of the World Cup?
Very good look, Thank you so much, SBS. Well done, honestly. Like, if it wasn't for them, we would have we wouldn't have got the 8 million watching out of Australia. 2 billion people watched it. Over 2 billion viewers around the world, locked in on one day, which is the grand final, and I think that was consistent. So well done. The halftime entertainment I watched, there was so many groups and performers. Now, your point about that was
Oh, well, so you had Madonna,
yes,
um, Justin Bieber, and
absolutely.
Shakira from
Shakira,
memory.
yes,
But what you've got to remember is the World
and the
Cup's about
boys
soccer.
K-pop.
Okay, so that's for performers that have come through.
Yeah,
All right. So the rule actually is that half time for the FIFA can only last no longer than 15 minutes.
yeah,
Yet they've gone and bend the rule so they can put on this, it's an Americanized half time situation.
right. Yeah,
Um, yeah, they've got to remember people are there to watch the soccer. They're not
yes,
they're there to watch people sing.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I I think anytime you do something, put something on that hurts a player's concentration, you're hurting the game.
Yep. Yeah, 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 yep.
So,
Absolutely.
they normally have 15 minutes, so that's what it should be for the final.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
and
Good
this,
point.
and
Point
this,
taken.
and this sort of garbage where they want to put on a halftime like at the Super Bowl, it's just not happening. Well, not for me.
Now I made the point right at the beginning, your background photo of the winners.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, there's someone missing right about there, isn't there?
yeah, and I think next to that bloke with these hands up there. And your opinion of Mr. Trump's involvement with FIFA on two accounts, one with the group, the winners group photo, and getting involved with FIFA and bringing back the American player.
Oh, well, someone actually, a high-ranking soccer official or ex-player actually said the other day that Trump has left a stain
Yeah,
on the World Cup by making that phone call to
yeah,
FIFA or to the
yeah,
head of FIFA. There's no place for politics within sport with in
yeah.
regards to um and yeah, it's just
But
terrible.
sorry, there's two sides to the story. There's Mr. Trump and there's FIFA. And I think
Yep.
one, who initiated it and who actually complied and who didn't stick to the rules. It's like going back to your point, extending the halftime into a performance. So anyway, so that's something that it needs to be noted.
Well, we will never know the truth because FIFA aren't really forthcoming with explanations that are truthful, and neither is the President of the United States. So,
The 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Tell us all about
yeah.
that.
So it starts on Thursday, the 23rd, so in
Yep,
2 days' time.
right.
Um, of course, this was the one that Victoria was going to host in regional Victoria,
Yep,
but the government pulled out because of the cost.
yes.
Where Glasgow hosted it, I think eight years ago or 12 years ago. So they've already got all the infrastructure and the stadiums from those games. So they were ready to put it on, and that was very successful games. I think it was actually 2 years after the London Olympics they hosted it.
Yep, right.
Um, so there's there's some of the sports that are being played. So we've got basketball, but it's not full 5-on-5. It's just a 3-on-3, or as they call it, 3x3 now. That's
Right.
how cool kids call it. They also have wheelchair basketball.
Right.
They got gymnastics, the arithmetic, what do they say? The arithmetic gymnastics. I can't quite say that one. We've got the athletics, sorry, not the athletes, the
Yep.
athletics and the athletics. So they must be combining the Paralympics with the Paralympics, the Para Games with the Commonwealth Games for the
Yep.
other competitors. We've got the bowls, the
Yep.
lawn bowls. You could get a gig at the next Commonwealth Games, Jerry, in
Absolutely.
the
Look,
bowls
I'm there. I'm there. I've
and
been practicing.
the para bowls as well. At the same time, we've got the boxing, judo, the netball. So Australia will win a gold medal at the netball, you would think. England would be their probably biggest rivals. We've got the para powerlifting. So I don't know how that works. I have to watch it and see how that event works.
Just on
We've
that,
got the
just on that point, Adam. Um,
yeah.
Now, do we have to be part of XYZ network and pay subscription to watch it, or what are we going to do?
I think this is all on Channel 7 and
Right, okay.
their streaming app of 7 Plus.
Right,
And I think on 7 Plus they're going to have like 12 different live channels.
right, okay.
So you should be able to watch it all for free, I
Right,
hope.
right, okay.
I'm assuming that it's all free. And so
Right,
it should
okay.
be.
Okay,
Um,
right.
so we've got the swimming, the para swimming, the track cycling, and the para track cycling, and the weightlifting. So they're all the events at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. And of course, Glasgow's a fantastic city as well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you're booking a holiday, make sure you go to Glasgow.
All right. I
During the
love it.
summer, maybe not in the winter.
I love it. I really loved it the time that I was up there. We want to move something. We want to move on to something that's local, and that's the Carlton Collingwood last Saturday at the G 7:35. I was quite saddened, but I think to me, just watching the game, I thought, well, at the end of the day, we weren't thrashed. First quarter looked good, but then history.
You were on the Josh Fraser train a couple of weeks ago when you're on your 7 game win streak,
Right,
and
yes.
and now you've lost two in a row. Are you getting off at the next station?
I'm thinking about it. No, I don't think so. Through and through, Carlton supporter.
Yeah.
And I think, we'll see how we go.
Okay, so you got other big news. Do you want to continue talking about that game or you want to move on in the AFL?
Oh, no, I think we've done enough.
So other news in the AFL, you had Essendon who finally won a game, which was a big surprise to everyone, I think.
Yeah,
And of course the big news
yeah,
was Tasmanian Devils
yes,
finally announcing their coach, which is Ken Hinkley, the former coach of Port Adelaide.
yeah, that's right. Yep.
And
Well
it's
done.
probably a
Good on
good
you,
fit.
Ken.
It's probably a good fit for the first team down in Tassie because he has to build relationships with the community, and he's probably got a good personality to go about doing that. And he
Right,
also knows his footy.
right.
He took Port Adelaide deep in the finals a couple of times, just couldn't
Yep.
get to the grand final.
Mm.
So they've got some money and some help with the AFL with drafting and signing some players who are even
Yep.
under contract with other clubs. Because the AFL want this team to try and be competitive from the start, not
Yep.
just be like the Giants and Gold Coast when they came in and were sitting down the ladder and getting smashed by 100 points some weeks
Right.
for the first 2 years.
Right. Good
So they
point.
want
Yep.
this team to come in, be competitive, and just get them off on the right foot and set
Um,
a good culture around the club.
well, that's a very good point. Uh, Victoria will be able to support Tasmania because, like, we're so close, our state, to Tasmania. So people will fly to Devonport and Tasmania and Hobart just for the weekend games because there's nothing wrong with going seeing a museum in Tasmania as well.
Yeah, well, I
So
think initially until the stadium is built in Hobart,
yeah,
the games will predominantly be played in Launceston at
yeah,
the
yeah.
UTAS Stadium, of course, which is still the home of Hawthorn.
I just knew there was always something attached. Now they don't play till 2028. We're here 2026.
Yeah. So
Right,
they're currently playing in the VFL.
right, yes,
So I'm not sure if Ken Hinkley is going to coach the VFL team next year,
right.
or whether they continue with their current coach for another year. But they're putting together, they're probably picking some underage players and some fringe players of their list to go into the team, and then they'll start building sort of at the end of next year, I assume, to put their list together. I
Um,
think they get access to like 8 under 17 players who are like at 1 year before the draft, so they
um,
get early access to those players.
I do want to sort of make. Oh, we've got a timer on now. Hang on, wait a minute. So I just wanted to make some parallels here. And I'll put the question which really relates to what's happened into Tasmania and the Tasmanian Devils. The question was, why was the AFL trophy was in Darwin, July 2026?
So it had to do with the Tiwi Islands finals. Is that right, Jerry?
Yeah, the Tiwi
Tiwi
Island
Islands
Football
Football
League
League
Grand Final
and the Tiwi Cultural Festival,
Festival.
celebrating the region's deep cultural connection to Australian rules football.
Now, just on that, so We know we're talking about Tasmania getting its Devils team up. Surely there's a Tiwi, and we know there's a lot of Tiwi uh, uh, great players from the Tiwi Islands, which is north of Darwin. There's great players in Darwin. Why don't we have a team? When we're going to get a team out of Darwin, out of Northern Territory?
You're asking the wrong person, Jerry. I'm
Oh,
not in charge of the AFL Commission. Um,
work on it. You are my. Could I just remind you that you are my armchair couch reporter, sports, leading sports analyst. Get on with it. Write to them.
well, I believe they will add a 20th team.
Right,
They won't stay at 19 because if they add a 20th, it means an extra game for the broadcasters to put on TV each weekend.
right.
So the options are Darwin,
Yep,
I think Canberra,
yep.
and then you could maybe put a third team in Perth.
Ah,
So because Optus Stadium's a great stadium over there, and West Coast and Fremantle seem to pack it out every weekend. So maybe there's the option for a third team. The Giants currently play home games in Canberra, like two or three a season.
right,
Um, but there is suggestions that they could maybe have their own team,
right,
Canberra.
right.
But
Well, well,
again, Darwin would be. I don't have an issue with it, but obviously the AFL or somewhere people have an issue with it. In that
right.
it's probably about crowd numbers and the support they get up there, and building a stadium that's suitable to play in the heat.
Well, AFL got, they've got the financials and the backings, and Australians love their footy. Let's get on with it. Um,
Yeah.
I just wanted to sincerely thank you for giving us an update. Adam, we
Hey,
have,
hang on, Jerry. Before
yeah,
we go,
yeah, go on.
I've
What?
got one more thing to talk about.
Yeah, and that is,
Well, so it was the under 17 World Cup for women. It
yes,
was held in what was formerly known as Czechoslovakia
yes,
or Czech Republic then,
yes.
and now I think it's called Chechnya. Is that
Right.
correct? Is that
You're
correct?
reading, Chetnia. Yep,
Yeah,
okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's where it was in the city of Bruno or
right.
something.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've never been to that part of the world. So Australia competed in it and competed very strongly. So in their group games, they had three group games. They defeated Latvia 76 to 65.
right.
Then they played the mighty United States and they lost to them, but it was 74 to 72, only a 2 point
Whoa.
margin. So I expected them when they got deep into the finals,
Yeah,
they would have an excellent shot at knocking the United States off, which is great because the United States have only lost the under 17 World Cup once in the history of it being run, and
right.
that was to Australia back in 2016.
Oh,
So
wow.
anyway, so the third group game, Australia defeated Ivory Coast 89 to 37. We then moved on to the round of 16. Australia 71 defeated Germany 45. Then the quarterfinals. Australia 70 defeated Japan 64. That was quite a good game to watch because the Japanese play a different style because they don't have many tall players. And the Australians were able to defeat them in the end. Then in the semi-final, they come up against Spain. And Spain had a very big front line of players, meaning their centre and their two forwards were pretty big. And with their arms out wide, it was difficult for the players, the Australian players, to be able to penetrate and make passes. They ended up shooting at one stage, I think they were 1 of 21 from the 3 point line. Whereas earlier in the tournament, they were knocking threes down. So they really struggled. But all that said, they were bad at the free throw line as well. But even then, with 2 minutes to go, the game was even. And then Australia dished up two turnovers in a row, which led to breakaway layups for Spain,
Yeah,
and then another backcourt turnover. So Spain ended up up 6 points, with only probably 30 seconds to go. And Australia ended up losing 58 to 51, which was
Oh,
really disappointing. They probably put in their worst performance,
yeah,
but some of it had to do with Spain's lineup.
yeah,
Um, but so Australia went on to play for the bronze medal against Canada and won the game and won the bronze medal. So it
yeah,
was good they got the bronze medal,
yeah,
but I hoped they could make the gold medal game in the grand final, you could say,
yeah.
and knock off the United States. But unfortunately, they didn't get a chance, and the US ended up beating Spain for the gold medal.
Oh, well,
So
wow.
just a couple of names to watch out of this Australian team in the future,
Yeah.
going forward into like the Australian national team or even the WNBA. There's a left-handed shooter called Isabel Smith. Then we have a forward, Madison Ryan, and a guard called Olivia Oleknachich. Sorry, I think I've destroyed her surname there. But those three players were standouts for the team and hopefully have bright futures going forward in basketball.
Right. Okay. We really got to wrap it up. Adam, thank you. Fantastic reporting. Thank you so much. We'll speak to you next week. Now, this recording will go on Wednesday's program between 2 and 4 on Downtown podcast, interview, music, and sports. Thanks, Adam.
See you, Jerry.
Bye.